Hello and welcome back, folks, to another episode of Insufferable with me, your host, Lindsay. How? Episode 33. We are starting off the new year with episode 33. I think that's a pretty good sign as far as numerology goes. 33 is a pretty good number, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. It'd be nice if it was 333, but that is not, I'm not that far into the pod. Can you imagine if this is episode 333? Y'all would be sick of me by then. Frank, chill out, okay? Lay down if you're going to lay down, but you're going to need to chill. He's over here climbing around. He needs to get, places. Quiet on set. Quiet on set. Okay, just a moment ago, I started this episode, and that's when he decided to eat his breakfast. Okay, he eats from a metal bowl. Okay, and his little collar is dinging on the side of the bowl. Okay, typically I don't notice that, but I do notice that when I press record. And it's dinging. And I fed him that breakfast over an hour ago. And he didn't want to eat it then. Okay. Guy's not really a big fan of eating. Unless it's like treats or a pup cup. You know, he's really not over here trying to, have a decent meal. So, anyways, we had to start over. But hey, we're back. It's 2026, you guys. It's 2026. And what does that mean? Low-key nothing at all. We are still living in a very tragic timeline, but we are trying to be positive every day, okay? There are certain, vibrations we need to get at, and we need to stay there as well. It's really hard for me, but I am actively trying, and last night I've been feeling like pretty gloomy for the last couple of days. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I am filming this last minute. Okay, this episode's gonna be going up in the next 15 hours, which if you edit videos, that's not really a whole lot of time to be editing the whole video, exporting it, and then uploading it to YouTube. God willing, it uploads in a timely manner. That should be taking 4 hours. I don't know if it's like my Wi-Fi or whatever the fuck, but should be taking a long ass time to upload. So anyways, what was I saying before that? Oh no, not a good sign. Oh, I was feeling gloomy. Oh no, I am gonna have to silence that. Yeah, I've been feeling gloomy, and it turns out, although my circumstances are gloomy adjacent, it was the full moon in Cancer that was really taking it out of me there. And that be happening sometimes. You know what I mean? The moon does control my mood. I have discovered this over the last year. I really love the moon. I ain't gonna lie. Luna, she's a beautiful girl. Something I really want to get in the future is a telescope, because I'd be liking to look at her. You know what I mean? She's very beautiful. There's a lot of cool things to see with a telescope, the moon and other planets and stuff. I follow this guy on TikTok, and I can't remember his username for the life of me in this moment, but he's got like a super gnarly telescope, and he does live feeds of the moon and all year, all month long, really, but like on the full moon nights, he really does like long lives where he has it. But you know what's crazy too? You really be seeing the fucking earth rotating. It's super fast, by the way. When you're looking at a telescope and you're looking at a planet and it's just going away as you're looking at it, and you have to readjust because it's moving. It's like, it's a little bit spooky to see how fast it does actually rotate. But yeah. I'm not really into, I guess I am into astronomy. to a certain extent. And I would really love to have a telescope to look at Luna. But anyway, last night was the full moon in Cancer. Do I know what that means? Not really. But a bunch of TikTok witches sort of broke it down for me. And now I know why I've been feeling gloomy the last couple of days. You know, I did my full moon ritual. You know, I'm real woo-woo now, by the way. 2026, she's a woo-woo girl. I can't escape it. I'm connected with the divine. I'm connected with source. And I'm not going to fight it. Okay, I need all the help I can get up here. Okay, we need to stay positive. We need to be on the, everything works out in my favor. Okay, money flows to me freely. I always have more than enough money. You know, all the affirmations. I'm trying to change the structural integrity of my brain because she's very pessimistic over here. Okay, I've never really had a lot of money, and so I've always felt like I probably would never have a lot of money, but I gotta stop thinking that because your thoughts becoming true. So if you think you ain't gonna get no money, you think you ain't gonna get the bag, you think you ain't gonna fall in love, you think you ain't gonna graduate, you think you ain't gonna get a good job, all of those things will most certainly come true if you continue to think it. So we got to change our thoughts. And this is just me saying the things that I need to hear. You know what I mean? I do not take this advice to heart. Okay, I'm giving it to you. I'm giving it to us. Okay, we're talking as a collective in this moment. I do need the boost of optimism. Okay, I've been doing a lot of tarot reads. I've been asking the cards like, girl, what the hell is gonna give? Okay, I need to pay the rent. I need to pay my bills. What the hell am I gonna do? Forgive me if I'm freaking out that I can't pay my rent. I mean, oh, heaven forbid, I freak out a little bit. Okay? I'm trying not to freak out. I'm trying to reserve those feelings. I'm trying to expel those feelings, to be honest, because they are not helpful feelings. Okay? I'm not willing to go out there and do some weird ass shit for some money. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean. Okay? I'm not willing to do that. And spirit, in the cards, every read that I get, they're like, just let go. Just let go of control and know that everything works out in your favor. And everything, and your destiny has already been set. And everything is going to work out whether you freak out about it or not. And that's the advice I like to give people a lot of times, you know. Everything is going to work out. If you make the conscious decision to freak out about it leading up to the final moments of it working out, then you sort of low-key wasted your time. And I don't know what it is, like time moves. I don't want to say slower, right? Because we all kind of want time to move slower. But when you are freaking out, time may moving extra slow, and you be sitting in those feelings and in those moments for too long. And then the next day it worked out and you're like, wow, I spent all that time freaking out. Probably shouldn't have done that. Okay. Easier said than done. So, forgive me for even suggesting it. But I hate to tell you, it is the truth. Those are the vibes. We all need to collectively take a huge breath. Let's do it together, actually, right now. Let's breathe in for 4 and breathe out for 6. Let's go. God damn, does that feel good? Paying attention to your breath, it's a little bit spooky if I'm being honest. It's one of those subconscious things. You don't know you're doing it. But then when you pay attention to it, it's like, oh shit. Oh shit, this is happening to me without my knowledge. It's kind of a creepy thing to think of. And I don't want to creep you out about your breath. So let's move on. Today, I'm coming to you with a morning episode, okay? I'm still in my jammas. I'm sure you could tell. I got the sniffs. What's new? Sniffs are coming into 2026. I did not leave them in 2025. What are you gonna do? Some things you got to give into, and the sniffs is something I need to give into. And it's crazy. I don't know if I sniff the rest of the day or just when I'm speaking. I live alone, so I don't talk a lot, regularly. But when I sit here and film the pod and I'm speaking, like my whole face is like vibrating and like breaking up the mucus in my head or something. And that's why I be sniffing on the pod. I don't fucking know. It's kind of my signature now. My signature thing is the fucking sniff in the mic. You know what I mean? Is that cool? Not really. But it's what we got and it's what we're rolling with. Okay? So yeah, 2026, we got the sniffs. Oh my God. Bron, okay, hold on. Lay down. Can you hear my cat purring? Because while that is very cute and divine, it is going to fuck up the audio of this pod. Okay, yeah, and he do be meowing too, so let me get him in a different position. Okay, he actually didn't want to get in any position I put him in, so he left. And that's how cats be doing. What are you going to do? So anyways, today I am, morning episode. It's the complete last day I'm able to film this. I was putting it off because I was feeling gloomy. After my full moon ritual last night, I woke up feeling much better. Okay. I did my moon water. I charged my crystals. I charged my jewelry, bitch. Okay. I'm sure that you know by now. You probably can't tell. I mean, you probably will tell. I have these 2 cherub angel necklaces that I wear every single day for like the last 5 years. Okay. Ever since I got these necklaces, I wear them in the shower. I wear them everywhere. I never take them off. But I saw something about charging your jewelry, under the full moon light. And, so I did that. I haven't put my jewelry back on, but I fear when I do put it on, I'm going to be that bitch. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm going to actually, I'm going to be that bitch. I don't know. I'm going to my friend's birthday party today, over at the, brewery in town or whatever. So that'll be fun. It'll be nice to see people. It's raining. I like to celebrate my girly pops. She is a Capricorn. Capricorns and Cancers just vibe, dude. I don't know what it is. I don't know anything about astrology. I know very little. I just know the signs in which those people I am associated with, okay? I know how Aries are because my brother is an Aries. I know how Scorpios are because my mother is a Scorpio. And I know how Tauruses are because my father is a Taurus. I'm pretty sure he is a Taurus. Let me actually double check that because he doesn't really subscribe to the woo-woo of it all, but hey. He is a Taurus, okay? But I've been doing tarot readings for everybody. I got a tarot deck gifted to me, and I've been working with that deck pretty heavily on a daily basis. And I've been giving some very compelling readings to those close to me in my family. Some skeptics whom I have blown away with the accuracy of their readings. And that's actually pretty cool to do, to get a skeptic to release control, for lack of a better term. And so, yeah, I've been doing that. It's been very fulfilling to me. My Cancer is in my 10th house, and the 10th house is that of career. And let me pull it up actually. 10th house astrology. 10th house governs your career, public reputation, social status, and life's purpose. Okay. I am a Cancer in the 10th house, which means my career in public reputation and social status and life's purpose is that of caring for people and being a no, Bron, just stay there. You're gonna mess it all up if you do this again, okay? You can't throw a fit on the pod, bro. Yeah, there's something about me. Let's see here. In Cancer, AI overview is really pissing me off lately, so take this with a grain of fucking salt. Okay, but it's the quickest thing that comes up, so we're just gonna go ahead and say it. Your career, public image, and life's purpose are deeply intertwined with nurturing, family, emotions, security, often leading to roles in caregiving, hospitality, or continuing family traditions, where emotional sensitivity and desire for a supportive environment influence your public contributions and reputations. Okay, and I've been really, really, really resistant to the whole caretaker thing. I spoke about this a couple of episodes ago. I have been, there are some relationships, non-romantic, that have pushed me to the brink as far as caretaking goes. Emotional, strain, people I cannot help. I am not qualified to help them. And it's just been a lot of work on my psyche, not in a good way at all. I have since set some boundaries with those relationships and distanced myself a little bit, at arm's length. I love these people, but I am not vibing with the caretaker fucking situation. Okay? I'm trying to take care of myself, God willing, and it's just too much emotional labor for me, and I do not resonate with that. However, my astrology says that that's my divine gift, and my 10th house has revealed to me that I will be leading to roles as a caregiver, hospitality, or continuing family traditions. I resent that currently, but maybe this pod is nurturing the listeners in a way that I intend it to. There's something to be said about vulnerability, okay? 2026 is my year of vulnerability. I'm not gonna lie. I do not like being vulnerable, okay? I do not like talking about my problems. I don't like to put emotional labor on other people. Even when they come to me and they say, you can talk to me about, A, B, and C, like, don't worry, like, you take care of everyone and you need someone to take care of you as well, blah, blah, blah. I don't enjoy being vulnerable. It's not something that makes me feel good. So I don't be doing it. But it's an in for 2026, okay, with the ins and outs of it all, is being vulnerable and talking about problems. Do I want to come on this pod and fucking make it a goddamn therapy session for me? No, I do not. I want you to tune into this pod to laugh and connect. You know what I mean? I am comedian above all else, okay? And let me just mention, after, and I'm gonna pull up the book here and we're gonna talk about this for a fucking minute, because I'm shook to my core. Okay, so after reading a lot about the tarot and reading, I'm sort of learning about the cards during pulls, right? I'm a hands-on learner. I can't study each card and once I get used to all of them, then I start doing readings. Like, I've been doing readings and just reading the book, referencing the book. I'm not that quick with my readings yet, but I have this book here, which is called The Big Book of Tarot: How to Interpret the Cards and Work with Tarot Spreads for Personal Growth. Okay, so after pulling some of these cards and doing some absolutely compelling, accurate readings for people close to me, I have discovered that I am the Queen of Hearts. Okay, I'm sorry, not the Queen of Hearts. I'm not the Queen of Hearts, and that's the whole fucking point right now. And you will see in just a moment. I'm the Queen of Swords. Okay, I did a reading for, someone who I had to distance myself from because of the emotional labor I was being put through and blah, blah, blah. And while this reading was so insanely accurate, the Queen of Swords was pulled for this person. And it was very obvious within the read that I was the Queen of Swords within their life. Okay. And I was discovering in real time that this is me. Okay. The Queen of Swords is honest, astute, forthright, witty, and experienced. Okay. And that is why I feel like a lot of people come to me for advice. I feel like I've always felt like I see stuff from a bird's eye view. I see all the perspectives. I don't really be taking sides. And some people will accuse me of being a contrarian and always taking the opposite side of the person who's asking me for advice. And while that is probably pretty annoying, I am just trying to shift perspective. Like, if someone's like actually evil and doing you fucking dirty, I'm not going to fucking take their side, obviously. And I'm not taking sides at all. I'm trying to create a perspective shift where it's like a 360. We can see everything that's going on, where they're coming from, where you're coming from, and why there's a conflict in the situation. That's how I've always given advice. Like, ever since I was fucking old enough for anybody to ask me for advice. You know what I mean? I probably was like in the 7th grade and someone asked me some fucking advice or whatever in the 7th grade, and I probably went about it with that mentality. Okay. But the cool thing about the Queen of Swords is she is not necessarily soft, and I do not be soft, and I want to be soft, and that's an in 2026, be soft girl. Okay. It's going to take a lot of work on my part to become soft girl, but hey, I am going to try. Okay. I need a soft place to land first of all. And that's a discussion for another day. But the Queen of Swords, over everything, is a comedian. Okay, she is witty. She has a delightful sense of humor. She diffuses awkward situations with a funny remark. She never takes anything too seriously. She laughs at everything, including herself. Bitch, that's me. When I read diffuses awkward situations with a funny remark, I immediately felt seen. I said, this bitch is me. And there's another line in here about her that says her observations are candid but never hurtful. She doesn't take anything too seriously, and she is the Queen of Swords because she be cutting through the bullshit. Okay, that's kind of the Swords suit that I'm learning about. Okay, I do not know everything about tarot, so if you are a tarot girly, you do not have to pop off in the comments about how I don't know anything about anything. Okay, I've got this very detailed book in which I am learning from. Okay, give me some time, thank you. The Queen of Swords she faces the truth even if unpleasant. That's why I be offering perspective on the other side. Okay, I'm not going to back you up just because you're my friend. I'm going to say like, hey, like if you cut someone off in traffic, and you're the type of person to be like, wow, honestly, like, did you have to honk at me? I'm going to be like, girl, you literally cut that guy off. You almost caused an accident for 3 different people. The fuck? I'm not going to be like, yeah, fuck him for honking at you. I'll be like, girl, that was your fault. What do you mean? What do you mean? Yes, I will defend you. And yes, I love you, but I just give it to you like it is. I do not want to be mean. That is why my observations are candid, but never hurtful. I am not trying to hurt your feelings. I am trying to give you a perspective that will help you understand the situation. Okay? And this is only if you ask too. This is solicited only. I do not like to be giving advice if someone doesn't ask me. People do be asking me. People really do be asking me. People try to tell me that I have knowledge, I have experience, and they want to hear from me, okay? I'm trying to embrace that, okay? And maybe that's where my nurturing fucking caretaker vibes are coming from, okay? Being the Queen of Swords in your life, whoever you are, if you know me, if you listen to this pod, just know I am the Queen of Swords. That is why I be pretty blunt. I do not want to hurt anyone's feelings. I am not trying to demean you or devalue your experience. Some things are not explained away, right? I can't always give you a good rendition of what happened to you. Sometimes fucked up shit be happening and I ain't got nothing to say, girl. I'm so sorry this happened to you. This should never have happened to you. Like, you were totally in the right, blah, 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 blah. I'm not always going to cut you down with my sword, okay? But I am forthright. She is direct and open with all dealings. She gets to the heart of the matter. Acts without pretense. Straightforward and no nonsense. There's another thing on here that says she knows when cow manure is being thrown around and simply finds clever ways around it. Do not bullshit me, because I can tell. Girl, I can almost always tell, basically just on vibes, that you or the other party in the situation is bullshitting. Okay, it's giving cow manure and I'm going to find a clever way around it. Okay, you cannot bullshit me. That is not what I'm interested in. It's not something that can be done to me, and so that it is what it is. Okay. And I'm going to say it in a funny, it's not that serious. Some situations are serious. That's not what I'm talking about. But most of the time, the thing you're freaking out about is not that serious. And if you have a Queen of Hearts in your life, it can be hard to get advice from them because she is so direct. And she's not that soft, dude. She carries a sword. She carries a fucking sword. Okay? And don't even get me started on the imagery of this card. Okay? I'm going to insert a picture of the Queen of Swords here post so you can look at it. I'm not going to try to find it in the deck right now because it'll take too long. The Queen of Swords is sitting on a throne, okay? And in her throne is it's a, let me get my fucking thoughts together here. It's a profile of her, right? It's the side of her, okay? Let's look at the imagery really quickly. Her throne looks like a fucking toilet. And I'm not saying that to be mean. Everybody knows that I love the imagery of a toilet. I have a toilet tattoo done by Amber Muse, my girl. And it's a beautiful porcelain toilet with a beautiful, like, intricate ornamental design on it, okay? I got the tattoo, like even beautiful things get shit on. It's a funny, witty tattoo. I tell people I have a toilet tattoo and they're like, why the fuck? And I'm like, it's not even that deep. I just like the imagery of like trash cans and toilets and like shit that we just take advantage of, like, and people just be throwing their shit on it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of hard to describe why I like the toilet imagery. But anyway, look at this bitch. It looks like she's sitting on a fucking toilet. Not only that, there's a cherub angel on the fucking throne / toilet that she's sitting on. Everybody knows the fucking logo of this pod is a cherub angel. Okay. Custom drawn for me. Okay. I was just telling you about how I wear 2 cherub angel necklaces every single day, and I charged them under the full moon in Cancer last night. Haven't put them back on. Okay, I'm put them back on after my shower. Okay, because I just woke up, and I didn't just wake up. I'm still in my pajamas. I haven't even showered today. Okay, that's where I'm coming. I'm coming from you and from there. Okay. The imagery of the card is also giving me. Okay. I never felt so seen in my life. I don't want to be accused of not being soft. Not every bitch is soft. I'm so fucking sorry. Not every person can be soft. Some people in your life are just there to tell you like it is, but in a kind and knowledgeable, like smart way. And that's okay. It's okay to just be honest. I'm not hurtful. And if I am, call me out for that. But I'm candid. I am not hurtful, just like this fucking queen, bitch. The queen has a delightful sense of humor. She likes a good laugh and always has a witty comeback ready to hand. She knows that life isn't meant to be taken too seriously. The Queen of Swords is refreshing in her candor and lack of pretense. Okay? She is literally just over here telling you like it is. So, when you hear me speak on this pod, if I say something that just rubs you the wrong way, not only am I sorry, but just know it's never coming from a malicious place, because I don't want beefs with anybody, okay? I cannot afford to have beefs, okay? I don't have the space. I don't have the energy. I am always willing to apologize. I'm never going to double down on something that I said to you that hurt your feelings. And if you were, brave enough, for lack of a better word, to even tell me that I hurt your feelings, I am not going to hold on to those things that I said and double down on them. I'm not interested in doing that. I'm totally happy to concede and say, hey, you know what? I didn't fucking know that I made you feel that way. Okay. And people need to know that your intention doesn't even fucking matter at the end of the day. The impact that you made matters more than anything else. Okay. So if you didn't intend to hurt me by saying A, B, and C, sure, you didn't intend to do that, but it actually did impact me negatively when you said A, B, and C. Okay. It's okay to concede. It's okay to concede those thoughts. Okay. Don't hold on to and double down on the mean thing you said. That's such a weird thing to say. It's such a weird thing to say, like when people defend slurs because of free speech. Why are you defending a slur? Why are you like doubling down like, no, and nobody can tell me I can't say that? No, this is something that I need to have the freedom to say. Bro, you look so fucking dumb right now defending that. Just fucking let it go. Just let it go, dude. You're not fucking being cucked if you give up the fucking some vocabulary that doesn't even fucking add anything to the universe. It doesn't add anything. It's negative. It's dirty. It's nasty. Like, why the fuck did we even think of this word? Like, just fucking give it up, dude. I don't know why you would ever hold on to something like that. It's giving weird as fuck. It's giving super fucking weird to double down on some nasty fucking shit that you like to say. So that's on you, okay? And that's on the Queen of Swords, okay? That's on the Queen of Swords. And the way I articulated that. The Queen of Swords would never be fucking saying slurs and defending them. Okay. By the way, let me just clarify that. Okay. The Queen of Swords giving it to you like it is, but she ain't gonna be fucking mean about it. And that's the whole vibe. Okay. So anyways, that's been my tarot journey. Where are we? Okay. At 36 minutes. So the other thing I wanted to talk about today, and the only thing anybody should be talking about for the rest of time, if I'm being honest, is heated rivalry. Unfortunately, I am completely obsessed, and I think it's time to concede again that they do not be writing love stories like this. They really don't. You know, in the age of everyone being, well, not everyone, but like fucking weird ass people being like, why does everything have to be gay? Why do you have to shove it down our throats? Why does there have to be at least one gay character in every single show? I don't know. Maybe because gay love stories exist. Gay people exist. Statistically, in your group of 10 friends and or family, there's probably at least one or two gays in the mix. I mean, heaven forbid they get a fucking storyline. Cry me a fucking river. Why does everything have to be straight? A heterosexual relationship is so... Not only is it overdone... Okay, you guys blew it out. There's been too many. They're not even fucking compelling anymore, dude. When I think of a straight love story, I think of like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. That's like the most realistic straight fucking love story ever fucking made, okay? It's not compelling. Okay, it's fucking predictable. It's not vulnerable. It's so fucking boring, okay? And if you've been around some gays in your life, you understand that there are some very real obstacles to simply just being in love with a guy. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just do it. I mean, you should be able to. And a lot of people do. And hell fucking yeah. But some people can't even fucking do it, dude. They come from a place. They live in a place where people are going to not vibe with it like it's any other fucking business anyway. And there is something to be said about the fucking trials and tribulations of simply just having a love story that you can fucking tell, okay? And not everything is homophobia. You know what I mean? That's why we love Schitt's Creek, because homophobia didn't even exist in the universe of Schitt's Creek. And that was deliberate in the show. There was no homophobic, did not exist in the universe, okay? And how smooth were all the fucking love stories in that fucking show? You know what I mean? Like, without the fucking, homophobia of it all, okay? Heated rivalry, there is some homophobia within heated rivalry, okay? It is something you got to address when you talk about love stories. But there's something about the way they wrote the dialogue for this fucking show that makes it so real and realistic. And it's not fucking some fucking straight guy and straight woman in the writer's room being like, gays are always like, yes, queen, hunty, work. Like, you know what I mean? When they fucking write gay characters and it's obvious you've never fucking met a gay person in your life, especially like gay men who have, careers in like a masculine fields. Like not all gay men are feminine. You know what I mean? There is a very diverse, gay people are diverse just like fucking everyone else. Everyone, they have the same fucking stories as everybody else. They deserve to be told. Okay. And after spending so many years with like gay bears, because I worked with gay bears, and that whole community is something I had never experienced before. But the masculine nature of that was like eye-opening to me. It was like, not that I thought that all gays were feminine, but it just opened my eyes to like gay guys being masculine and wanting other masculine gay guys. They wanted to be with, it's like, it's all masculine. It's very masculine. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the gayest thing you can do is like fuck a bear. You know what I mean? Like that is very it's the manliest thing you can do. That's what I meant. It's the manliest thing you can do is like, you know, get involved with a bear, like bear on bear action, you know? So I just think that the way they wrote it is so beautiful, and it goes back to what I was saying earlier about being vulnerable. And I didn't get to this part, I don't think, but being vulnerable, it releases other people to also be vulnerable. Okay? When they see you doing it, they feel like it's safe to do it. It's safe to talk about your mental health struggles because I saw so-and-so talking about it and I related to them so much. You know, talking about body image struggles and being like, I saw so-and-so talking about it, and those are all the ways that I always felt, and I never knew other people felt the same. You know, like being vulnerable allows other people to be vulnerable. So in this show, it just gives such a deep understanding of like, I don't want to say like being in the closet. I do not have direct personal experience with being in the closet, so I don't want to speak on that too seriously. But the vulnerability of it all is, and I'm not even finished with the show, by the way. I'm only up to episode 5, so forgive me if something else happened that I'm not speaking on because I haven't seen it yet. Okay, I'm trying to milk the show. It's so beautiful to me. It's so healing. I love to see men loving. Okay, I love to see men loving. Straight relationships could fucking never. And they just don't have the like combative nature of trying to be themselves. That's why fucking Romeo Michelle, I was about to say, God damn it. Romeo and Juliet was so compelling, right? It was forbidden love. They weren't allowed to be together, but the passion overtook all other things. You know, they're defiant now, they're going to be together. Same with like the Pocahontas story, you know, and I've only seen Pocahontas like the Disney version, but again, it's one of those forbidden love situations. Okay, that's what makes the story so powerful, that it's like, I'm gonna love who I want to love. And that's on fucking period. And don't fucking piss me off. And that's how gay love stories, you know, are told, because there's always some fucking level of it being forbidden. And not for any other reason than some fucking stupid ass homophobia. You know what I mean? And the homophobia aside, girl, these sex scenes are, girl, they are chef's kiss. I've never been so hot and heavy in my life. I was being fucking ascended into heaven while I was watching these fucking hot and heavy scenes. I was like, this is the best fucking shit I've ever seen. Are you kidding? I don't ever want to see a straight couple fuck anymore on TV. It's boring. It's boring, dude. And we know that it's so unrealistic. I don't know if this is realistic to the gays, right? I am not gay. I've not had sex with a man in a gay scenario because I am not a gay man. But there's something so passionate and like masculine about them fucking dude, and experimenting with each other, and like Loki having to do it in secret, which, adds a little bit of, funness to it, and, sneaking around and stuff. Straight people, they do that by cheating and having affairs, which, we do not like here at this pod. Not a friend of the pod, the cheating of it all. But yeah, dude, Heated Revelry is some really, HBO is doing their big one with this. And I did see that they have been picked up for 3 seasons. Okay. Nowadays, it's kind of hard to do several seasons of a show. It really do be getting, overdone, or, the writers just don't know how to make it compelling after the 3rd season type shit. So let's hope that it, holds true. We get some other gay couples, maybe, we get to watch their journeys or whatever, but I highly recommend this show. You will laugh. You will cry. You will cry. If you have any feelings at all in your heart at all, you will be fucking sobbing at just the fucking character arcs, the story plots, and it's not fucking twist and turn and, oh my God, and we never knew that this person behind the scenes, I haven't seen the whole thing. Hopefully nothing stupid happens like that. That's how straight fucking shows be doing. Straight love stories always need some fucking tragedy that really doesn't affect anyone, but they act like it's so, I don't know. I don't want to talk shit about straight love stories. I am a straight woman, but I can admit that they are pretty boring as far as being written on TV. I was just watching Braveheart the other day, and William Wallace starts a whole war over, them killing his girl. While that is, intense, he does it in a way that, like, he low-key wanted to go to war anyway. It kind of gives he didn't even really care. He cared for a couple of minutes about his woman, okay? And he was, sad that she passed away. That is clear, okay? But really, he just wanted to go to war. And her getting murdered led him to his dream of fighting the English or whatever. I think it was the English that they were fighting. And he just wanted to give a speech. He just wanted to give a locker room speech about freedom to a group of incels, by the way. They did not want to fight for him. This whole fucking war is based on the English killing his fucking girl, which was tragic too. She got killed for resisting a grape. So, that is a horrible fucking thing. And they should not have killed her, obviously. And to, kill them back is, yes, go the fuck off. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, he was like, hell yeah, we finally get to go to war. I get to hang out with my fucking boys, by the way, and we get to eat some fucking hard ass bread over a fire and literally just throw our lives on the line to, get freedom from these fucking murderers who are the English. I think it was English. And he just wanted to ride his fucking horse, paint his face, and compel a group of people to fight for his interests, which was, at the end of the day, the interest of everyone, right? Getting the freedom of it all or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, the love story is bland, okay? I hadn't seen that movie in a really long time. It's like my family's favorite movie. We are white at the end of the day. And, it is a good film. There's a lot of good shots, a lot of good imagery. Mel Gibson was in his fucking bag in those days. And when did that movie come out? Let me see. Braveheart came out in 1995. So I'm not saying it's not a compelling film, but they kind of use the love story, and this is a true story, I believe. medieval patriot who spurred and revolt against the English when the love of his life is slaughtered, leading his army into battles that become a war. His advance into England threatens King Edward in its throne before he is captured and executed, not before becoming a symbol to free Scotland. So he did, at the end of the day, give his life. Spoiler alert, they do chop off his head in the end, okay? He does lose the war, okay? And all of his fucking incel war guys, his team, his army, I couldn't think of that. They just stand by and watch, and you know what? If men held other men accountable, she would have never been raped in the first place. Well, she didn't actually get raped. She resisted the rape, and was punished for doing so because she kind of beat up the guy who was trying to rape her. And they were like, oh no, if you beat up like a soldier, you're basically beating up the king. So we're going to kill you. And then when your man comes up, we're going to kill him too. That's kind of where the whole thing started. But the love story is bland. They don't even get into it that much. He comes to her house and was like, hey, I want to hang out. Takes her on a ride on his horse. And then the next scene, they're getting married in the woods. They're eloping and they're getting married in the woods. And then they have, naked sex in the fucking freezing cold, by the way. And that's all of the love story we get. That's it. Okay. The next thing we know, there's a rape going on. She resists it. They kill her for that. And they're like, oh, we're going to kill her for this. And your man, which I don't even know how they knew that it was her man because they eloped. Nobody really knew. They were like, yeah, we're going to kill him when he comes over here. Okay. He does come. It's a very intense intro, him coming in on the horse, him, them revolting against all the English soldiers who are there in Scotland being fucking assholes. Okay, so yes, the story really is about freedom from the oppressor. Okay, a tale as old as time. We love stories like that. We need to keep telling them. They are compelling. However, the love story, not compelling. Okay, we don't even get enough action from them to even have a feeling that they are in love. Okay. It's very basic. It's very much we like each other because this is the medieval times and people be getting married. That's just what everyone is doing. So that's what I'm saying. Like the love story is bland. The love stories, plural in Heated Rivalry, are profound. Okay, and they do have to go through a lot of obstacles mentally, emotionally, with their reputations and within their family dynamics. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that needs to go on for them to be comfortable in their own skin. And that has always been the fucking plight of people who are gay or like people who are trans or people who are, all of the fucking versions of humans that exist. Okay, somebody's always got to fucking try to oppress somebody, dude. It's so old, it's so fucking tired. Like, just let people be who they are, unless they're PDF files, then burn them at the stake. But I'm just saying there's something to be said about a profound love story, and we just do not get those with straight people anymore. It's played out. Let's get some more gay love stories on the fucking books. For 2025, ins, gay love stories out, straight love stories. Nobody wants to fucking hear about it anymore, okay? But that's going to do it for me today, you guys. Next week, we will talk about the ending of Heated Rivalry. I'm sure I will have finished it by then. And we'll go over my full thoughts on the show. That's probably what we'll do. But anyway, thank you for tuning in to another episode here at Insufferable with me, your host, Lindsay Howe, episode 33, first episode of 2026. I appreciate you being here. And here's to another year of being the baddest. Okay, Queen of Swords coming at you 2026. I am embodying the Queen of Swords officially because that is my bitch. And we went over it. The bitch is sitting on a cherub angel toilet. I do not have to tell you any more. That is it. Okay? But thanks again, and I will see you next week. Bye.